When you're in that state of like just overwhelm, it's very hard to go, hey, everything's going to be all good and all positive and stuff. Like a lot of the content that I'm putting out lately is that a lot of people have issues with focusing on the good, especially with all the stuff that's going on right now. And one of the biggest things that I feel that is an issue there is that because people have a habit of thinking about the negative, or they have a habit of focusing on the bad, so that every time something that potentially bad could happen or that potentially triggers that, the automatic habit is to think and be focused on the negative stuff, as opposed to being able to focus on positive. And then once they get stuck there, because it's a habit, because that habit is really strong, they kind of just get lost in that, almost like they get lost in the black hole of just negativity of like, oh shit, like this thing is bad, what the hell is going to happen to me? Like, and they just collapse, right? And which is obviously not a good state to be in. So when you're in that state of like just overwhelm, it's very hard to go, hey, everything's going to be all good and all positive and stuff, because you think that you're lying to yourself, because your thoughts is so attached to that negative part, because you're just habitually thinking like that super happy place is such a big stretch from where you are right now, that when we try to jump to there, your mind immediately goes, I'm lying. Like it just knows. And then you feel even worse, because you think that you're trying to think positive, but you actually feel even worse, and you just get worse in the negativity, right? Where you talk to someone that's in that situation where like they're really negative and they're trying to be positive, and you start just asking them questions. If you get the right trigger, they will immediately release the positive stuff and just go straight into negativity. They'll flip the switch, and that's how you know that they're not really positive. It's almost like a band-aid for what's actually happening, how they're really feeling, and it's not really what they're feeling, which is an issue. Because what you want to do is you actually want to change the negative feeling, like literally change the negative feeling to a positive one. That's kind of what they're looking for anyway. A good way to do that would be to take it step by step. There's a scale called the Emotional Tone Scale from a book called Ask and It's Given by Jerry and Esther Hicks. And they talk about that your emotions are on a scale. So you have like super happiness, joy, appreciation, love for life, gratitude is like a really, really high emotion. And at the bottom, there's like depression, like complete depression. And the scale goes from like super happiness, joy, then to like appreciation, then to like things like just being content, things to just being okay. And then it goes to like being bored, and then goes to like irritated, and then goes to like angry, rage. And then like, there's like the scale, right? And some people, if they're at the bottom of the scale, it's really hard to jump really high. So what you need to do is you need to go up slowly. If someone's in that space, it's a lot more effective for them to just be upset at the situation, right? Someone's like super depressed, like it's a lot better to just be a little bit upset at the situation. And then when they get there, then they go, okay, I'm upset at the situation. Now can I go into being bored? Or like this is being a little bit irritating. So the intensity of that negative feeling gradually changes, and then it goes from like, super depressed to angry to irritated to just a little bit upset, just a little bit annoyed, and then it goes into now I'm just bored. And then when it goes from bored to now I'm just a little bit excited, and then it goes from a little bit excited, now I'm joyful, positive expectation. Now they get to this feeling of gratitude for life, and they just love life. Like that's probably more effective than trying to go from super depressed to like, hey, life is awesome, right? So like that would be one of the things that I think is one of the biggest issues that people are dealing with, and that's how they can change. You gotta break it down, right?